Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have here an article that has a few points. The first point is the US mass media covers, if you can imagine, for that imbecile Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. That's the first one. And the second one is the lack of accountability for a Prime Minister of a country who just claimed that he has the power to invoke the Emergencies Power or Act, which will change how Canada actually runs its country for generations. Why? Because once you have a precedent, even if that precedent is struck down, if you don't have justice distributed, not Justin, justice distributed after that, then it's going to remain like a little slap. That means the next ones, they can do it again whenever they feel like. So I think the bar was lowered so low by this imbecile Justin Trudeau that the next time could be even lowered lower than it was. The same thing with mandates in the United States of America, which I think they were unconstitutional. That's my assessment, but we're going to need a few years until they're going to decree them as such. And the guys who made the decisions will not be arrested, imprisoned forever. Will not. Why? Because they're in charge, right? The same with Justin Trudeau. A court, let me show you the title. And you're going to see how Fox News massages Trudeau's ego a little bit. Why? Because he's going to get away with this. So court hands Trudeau embarrassing loss over Freedom Convoy crackdown, not justified. So it's just embarrassing. No, it's criminal. It's abuse of power. And it's not abuse of power when you steal an egg. It's abuse of power on a country and constitutions, whatever you got, a common law, whatever you got over there. You don't have a common law, don't you? Whatever it is. Anyway, it's just that it's just embarrassing. You're just embarrassed. It's like you have a criminal rapes someone else. It's just embarrassing. Keep going. No! And that's one-on-one. This is a country. This is a history. It has a future. What are you talking about? It's just embarrassing. If we break the law or we abuse the law, we get charged, convicted, and imprisoned. I expect that to happen over there too, but it doesn't, obviously. And the mere fact that Fox News puts embarrassing instead of criminal or anything that would ask for accountability tells me these guys are all together. I don't think Justin Trudeau is together with Fox, do you? So that means I might be an imbecile for saying that, if you're just like that. But hey, if you know more, you understand more. So here it is, this imbecile. A Canadian federal court judge has ruled Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's use of the Emergencies Act to crack down on the famous 2022 Freedom Convoy was not justified and a violation of rights. Charged and imprisoned, and that's it. That's why I would be in a free country with laws. No, nothing will happen. The only thing would happen, probably Trudeau is going to come over and he's going to say that he's going to probably defend Israel's right to defend itself, help them in any way, and these things will be forgotten. Or he's going to do something else regarding a stupid ideology being their ally. And then again, forgotten. But I think the first one will be a slam dunk. He's going to be safe. And I'm quoting, I have concluded that the decision to issue the proclamation does not bear the hallmarks of reasonableness, justification, transparency, and intelligibility, and was not justified in relation to the relevant factual and legal constraints that were required to be taken into consideration. Federal Court Judge Richard Mosley said, is that Mosley that I know? Isn't that Mosley the one with River of Blood? Isn't he? Let me check for him. No, that's Powell. Why the hell I know Mosley? Who's Mosley? Someone was on the same line, but nevertheless, look in that speech. I know it's very, very bad, but you always enhance your knowledge by tapping into things. Anyway, look for this guy. Just, broaden your knowledge. All right, so we have here, what's Mosley, man? It sounds very familiar, and I can't remember who Mosley is, but whatever. I can't remember. I can't remember exact, but it's not this guy either, okay? It's not this guy either, but what can you do? So let's go back to the article right here. Deputy Prime Minister Cynthia Freeland, I think she's an Ukrainian Jew, isn't she? Defended or at least with a connection from there, defended the government's actions, claiming they had invoked the act as an option of the last resort. I don't think it was. I knew then, and the courts probably knew that too. I mean, but it was a political move. The courts kept their mouth shut. We acted to secure and protect Canada. Yeah, okay. I mean, protect Canada and to secure and protect the national interest. You can't do this in self-defense. You can't break the law like that. So, there's many ways. Like, for instance, let's say you have a toddler and the toddler attacks you and you're an adult. You can't just, in self-defense, I had to defend myself. After all, he was attacking me. That's exactly what these guys did. So in the name of self-defense coming from a toddler, I'm not going to employ bazooka, boom, right there, get it. The same thing here. But they did this because they wanted to push a boundary and see how far they can go. And they went pretty far, and there's the next step. Once you're tapped in, the next one, you're going to go a little bit back. So let's say you start from here, you push from here, boom. Now they're going to be a little pushback, embarrassing. That would be a little bit back, this way. Next time they're going to start from here. They're not going to start from here. They're going to start from here and say, see, this is where they got. This is how far they got, how deep they got, starting from here. Now they're a little bit back, and this is where they're going to start. They're not going to start back from here. They're going to start here. We already got here. All this we covered, so it's going to be easier to push further down there, and so on. This is the way it works. What do you think? And the population, a boat, yeah, fuck off, But you had some tough people over there. You have some tough people, but you have Cynthia and that guy with two different color socks on with the. This is what's wrong with democracy, with mass democracy we have. You have weak people, weasels, in charge of a nation. That should not be. Strong people should be in charge of the nation. But since they maneuvered the laws, the rules of the game, that weak people get there, then the rules are rigged. Because you don't want weak people leading. You want strong people leading. If you have a weak person, you're going to have weak here and weak there and weak here. Then the cake is not going to be baked well, I tell you that. Whatever. And we are, look at the so-called leaders we got. Look at them one by one. And let's start with Biden. How in the hell this guy even got close to being a senator of a strong country? Kamala Harris, again. Trudeau, again. Olaf Scholz of Germany, again. Sunak, weak, again. Macron is different. I gave Macron intelligence. That's what I give Macron. I give intelligence, balance. That is a kind of a weaselness. But I give Macron the intelligence that he knows more than the other ones, and he's more diplomatic. And look at our enemies. All right, I take evil Xi Jinping, take evil, I don't know. Another good one is a strong one is, you like him or not, is Netanyahu. He fights for his people. The problem is he crossed some forces within his group that now they want to destroy him. That's what it is with Netanyahu. He was the darling of everyone until he said he did something. I'm not certain exactly what he did. If you bring me that thing that these guys try to make us think of, which is the judicial reform or some justice reform no, that's not it. That's not it. I don't care. It's not it. It's something else. I think it's so far hidden from us. And they bring this, it's because those protests, he's a far right and all that. See, he's a far right now, but he was not, 4 years ago or 3 years ago? doesn't. I mean, there's many interviews and statements made by Netanyahu as a young man. Very interesting. I urge you to go and watch them. Young man promising to his group, to his Jewish community, some rabbis, certain things. It's one famous that you have to look for. Okay, when he's promising certain things with Torah and God and the papi poo poo pup, those guys are deeper than these guys think. After all, God promised them the land, but that's beyond this one. So you got Netanyahu, who's now he's a bad guy, all right, tough. Xi Jinping, tough. Putin, tough. These guys are bad dudes. How in the hell? I don't want to use Modi because Modi plays the but he's tough. And these are the bad dudes for us. Even the communist Lula, he's tough. The other crazy he's not tough because he's in the hands of this interest here is Milei, the pimp Milei, who is having Argentina repeatedly by these guys. That's why he's the pimp of Argentina. He gives Argentina to whomever pays more. So we have these guys in charge of us, weasels, weaklings. Look at Japan, the prime minister, weak. I don't know the South Korean or anything, but I assume, since if you're a vassal state to someone, by definition you're weak. You can't be strong and be a vassal state. I mean, you can be for a while, but then you take that away and you become independent. But Japan, South Korea will not do that. They're not ready. I mean, even if they're ready, they can't. They're too far. They're caught by their little balls over there, cling-a-ling-ling, and they will not be able to come back unless the primary force, let's say United States of America, leaves the area totally. Then they will regain their independence. But then maybe you have other strong guys moving in. That's why you have to become strong. So what are the consequences? Embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing. If I do the same thing, let's say I work, okay, and I'm a judge, or let's say I'm an investigator, and I abuse my my job, the rules, the regulations, the policies, the protocol. If I abuse that, what do you think happens to me? It's embarrassing, Emil, don't do it again. No, you get fucking fired and maybe indicted and convicted and go to prison. I mean, you can. Let's say I go and they disclose some confidential information. As an investigator, you get a fucking prison 6 years and $5,000. That's the way it used to be. I don't know right now because I didn't check it out because I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, for disclosing confidential information, you go to prison unless you're an FBI guy, very high up, or people cover for you, or you're a CIA, or you're a politician. That doesn't apply to you. It seems like the same thing with here. This thing, it's embarrassing. And then what signal is that for the rest of the Canadian population? That is, we get fucked and this guy gets a embarrassing, come on. This is the way the world is, my friends. You might not like it, but it's even worse than this. They don't let us see it, but we can tap into it from time to time. They let us some little, things to show. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.